Hello, greetings. This is me again, Zahra. Have a slight sore throat. Um, I have to talk about this. Recently, it came to me this Sayyid who had come around 1999, 2000 or 2000, year 2000 in Karachi to help me. He begged me to help him. Oh, sorry. In a way that to take help. Excuse me, to take his help. So later on, we were discussing on hypocrisy, how much is rampant in the Shias, if he knows anything, or we can do anything about it. So he told me one incident in his Sayyid family cousin. Uh, the woman he's married to now is also his cousin, female cousin. So he said that in the family there were many male cousins and who liked this his wife now, his cousin, who liked their cousin and wanted to marry her because she was good looking or something like this. For them, she was good looking. So, you know, he told me about an incident where this Aliwala cousin of his, Farah had gone to, he used to call Farah Chanda. Farah had gone to their house, this other male cousin, also a Sayyid Shia, a lawyer. So what he did was first, I was told that he was walking back and forth in that gully inside, just in the house gully side, something like this, the lane inside the house. So then what he did was she was asleep. So he went and he molested her in the sense that he, touched her hair in the front, right? Just something like touched her hair, put his hand over her hair like that, and she woke up or something, and then he left. So she complained against him to Yusuf Zaidi, the other cousin. And this one told me that he liked her from childhood. She had come to his birthday or something, or he had gone to her birthday, and he was sitting on the table, and he said that he wanted to marry her in his childhood. This thought came to him. So since then, he's been after her. He, loves her, and he wanted to marry her. But she somehow, I don't remember this very clearly, but that either she liked someone else or she liked this cousin who now had molested her, coming in the bedroom where she was asleep and putting his fingers through her hair or his hand on her hair. That either she was to marry this cousin or another person she liked. I'm not sure. I don't know why, but this time it came that this cousin, so he was a Aliwala. He was like a very, this thing about Imam Ali and speak always like, yeah, Ali, Ali, about Ali. Now, Yusuf Zaidi told me himself that this guy, no, that he himself was a, Fatima Zahra, Prophet Muhammad's daughter, was his mother. So he was coming and he took me into his confidence like that very much and wanting to help me. So I thought, oh my God, he must be a darvish or something. I read through a website, that there are many walis, friends of Allah in Pakistan and all this. So I was like, oh, I found, and I was reading Najul Balagha, Imam Ali's, in the sayings, it's not in the sermons or the letters, that, oh Kumail, he tells Kumail, how I would love to meet them. So in London also, I was like, I'd love to meet a good person, God, please send me a good person. So, excuse me, this time it came to me, they were telling me, but I tried to avoid, but they would stop me like this, right? So I was like, I don't trust you. So then they made me contemplate and in retrospect about my life too. If you have loved someone, like, would you want them for yourself, or if you truly love someone? Like, I know, like in boy and girl, it's a natural thing that you want to have a physical closeness and spend the rest of your life, have family with them, share and have a family. This is very normal, right? But since Yusuf Zaidi told me that many cousins and in the family, males liked her, the males liked her and wanted, were trying to marry her or something like that, or wished that she was interested in them. But so this cousin, however, also liked her. Now, I don't know whether this Farah liked him back or not, but she was not interested in Yusuf Zaidi at that time. So, or she liked someone else, or she liked this cousin who then molested her. So they're telling me it was a setup actually. Maybe this cousin, I don't know what is the reason behind his molestation like that. He could have simply gone, like, was he saying, Nade Ali, Nade Ali? God, please, I'm getting this feeling that I should molest my cousin. So he was up and down, going up and down, back and forth, walking. Excuse me. So I don't know why, but I don't know the reason behind it, and I don't remember fully or exactly what Yusuf Zaidi told me, whether the cousin was. Sorry, I'm a bit slow and repeating like this. The cousin, actually, these two were supposed to get married, and then what happened is he molested her, so she, started to uh, completely changed her mind. No. And so things like that happen in life, when you love someone. And like, for example, in my life, I had this something dream or something, and then I went in college and I was walking back and forth upstairs on the second floor, giving myself a fine lecture that I should leave college. But then when I went downstairs, a miracle, it just coincidentally, the dream, Mrs. Munira Gulzar, my principal of St. Joseph's College, it was about her. So she said something which went completely against the dream that I had. So that's why I didn't leave college. Although even the lecture that I was giving myself, I felt that it was going above my head. And I was walking back and forth and please leave this college. But at the end, in the end, when they were leaving, the principal and I, so I was seeing them off every day actually. So she said something which totally contradicted the dream and put my mind and heart at rest. And thus I then went on with what she said. It was, and even that word she spoke, like it hit the dream, and you know, like they say, when falsehood comes, when truth comes, it hurls at falsehood and breaks its neck. In the Quran ayat, in the Quran there's ayat. So I've been contemplating on this, and it is something quite deep for me about love. You see, when you love someone and you want someone's good, then you definitely want the other person's good. The girl and boy marriage thing and having a family, I understand that is normal, but this is like supra normal, true love. You know, this is like the heart of that person. They're telling me that this cousin, who Yusuf Zaidi now thought that he was just, oh yeah, I have to complete something else. Yusuf Zaidi so said that he was such a hypocrite, you know, saying Ali, Ali, Ali all the time, praising Ali, Imam Ali, and he did this. So Yusuf Zaidi thought contemplated on this. What shall I do? What shall I do? What is the right thing to do? What is the best thing to do? Like, what action shall I take against him, since he's molested the cousin and he shouldn't have? So then he decided, like, he knew this is violent, but that he's also been violent in this way. He will be violent by giving him one punch. So he went into the chamber room of this cousin, since remember, he's a lawyer, and he gave him a punch. And then I don't remember anything that the cousin ever punched him back or said anything to him. He was just quiet or something. I don't remember that clearly, but I think Yusuf said he just punched him, and the cousin didn't quite say anything. So maybe it was a sudden punch, and Yusuf Zaidi thought, yeah, he didn't have time to protect his face or wherever the punch was coming from to hit him, to punch him. This is my English. So now, yes, so recently I also contemplated, like, why am I being like this, right, against Yusuf Zaidi? I also like started to doubt whether he was a true Shia. He was a hypocrite. We went to London, there was a bomb blast. I started to really panic, you know. And he later on, he also messed up my, he told me, no, you should not go. Yes, I'll pray for you that you shouldn't go to Mrs. Munira Gulzar. But I wanted it to happen in a graceful manner, you know, mutual, I should. But it made me so sick, and voices started to come, and watching feeling. And then, of course, I couldn't go, and I didn't want to go in my weakness, and, you know, I thought I had faith that, oh, this is something special is happening for the whole world. This will be special. So I didn't get to leave her gracefully. It was terrible. It was extremely painful. The moment I would want to get my mind, I felt that now she was living inside of me under my skin. Reading everything I was reading, it became so exaggerated. Um, the and it went on, and until now, even if I say something, I've seen some negative things about her, still it hurts me. And when I wanted to take my mind off her, uh, I would feel like my mind is meshed, you know, or it's become mincemeat. It's too much energy. So I felt that this is not right. Still, I used to then get angry at Yusuf Zaidi, but feel pity for him. No, how can he? He's told me he's Fatima Zahra's son and all this. So the thing I found out recently was that Fatima Zahra's son uh, had not that much insight, not proper, correct insight into the matter. Why the Ali Wala, Fatima Zahra's husband's Diwana lover, what do you call it, was, there was a deep reason, there was some reason behind it, and that he set this this whole thing up to, make Chanda Farah, Yusuf's wife, to get over him. And that can happen. I've seen it in my life. And then, you leave it on God because, and then, like Rumi has said, how sweet is selflessness. So, his poem, how sweet is selflessness. Yes, and another thing is that sometimes, I would have this deluded feelings that, not illusion, but delusions, that Yusuf Zaidi, if he's saying something, he knows Mrs. Munira Gulzar, and he's giving me indirect messages, communicating what they want to communicate to me. So once he came to my place and he started to talk about how his cousin, the same Farah, his wife now, he later married and went to London with, before going with her, he went first and all this. He started to tell me that there was this girl who somehow they started to speak on the phone. But she was younger, the girl was younger. And so Farah, his cousin, started to get fed up by the phone calls and all this. And she started to complain to Yusuf Zaidi. So I felt like this was so terrible. This is quite unethical and nasty of someone to do that. You should not be two-faced. Always someone, if you don't like, you say that, please now don't call me, I'm busy or something like this. But they don't have that integrity to do that. You should put the person in their place from the very beginning. If this is how rude, you want to be. This is a rude way of saying it, but you should always be honest. And if the person is bothering you, then tell them, we don't know how to communicate in a productive, mutual, level-headed, honest way. Some of us just keep it in the heart if the boss is being rude. Uh, so, for example, like a friend of mine was telling me that my boss was being rude to me or something. We were not getting along. I had to go and have a talk with him. A civilized manner that is something wrong. Why? I feel that, you don't like me or something. Have I done something wrong? So I found that really honest and really great of her to go up to the boss and speak to him like this. Also, when a girl was jealous of me for something in St. Michael's School, when I was in St. Michael's School, uh, she came up and told me, like, you're doing this and it makes me jealous. So please don't do this. So I thought this, her honesty, I really admired her honesty and her courage to come up to me and say that, I'm feeling jealous. Uh, and another thing, and then when I watched the Dil To Pagal Hai movie, in that also Karishma Kapoor, she says that, देखो मैं बुरी हूँ ना, मुझे अब दुख रहा है and it's hurting me and I'm bad, right? And so Shah Rukh Khan said, no, you are not bad. Rahul was his name in that movie, Dil To Pagal. Karishma Kapoor's name I forget in the movie. So this, I was like, oh my God, I had come across this in my life, real life incident. And how courageous, I really admire such people. To be honest about it. And such honesty and how to, there's a way of telling someone or how to talk about it. And if you have a big, good heart, then you would somehow communicate that so well. And you would confess. So I really like the Christians going to the priest confessing. That maybe due to that, some of them are very upright and they're very outright, like about their feelings and all this. If they do something bad, they say, yes, it's bad, but we're doing it. Instead of, hiding your own bad but talking about other people's bad or not even liking that other person. You see, when we do it, it's another thing is that something we do, we accept that it doesn't look bad on us. But when the other person does the same thing, it looks bad. So this is another thing we have. Somehow it's crept into human beings as their second nature or something. Quick to judge others, slow to judge ourselves, as they say. So this, since yesterday, I'm like, no, I don't believe you about that. So they stop me like this, like they're stopping me now. And so sorry, Fatima, Zahra's son, whether he was a true person or he was greedy, bribed to go to London, or he thought he's doing a great work, helping me, but he separated me from my principal. He contributed to this. So I found an ayat in the Quran that those God wants to join and they separate are the mischief makers. Right? There's this ayat in Surah Baqarah I found. Okay, I found this verse, but it's from 1 to 286, but outside Google search, I haven't gone. When I go inside, it gives me from verse 1. So here it is, Surah Baqarah. Those who break the covenant of Allah after ratifying it and sever that which Allah ordered to be joined and who make mischief in the earth, those are they, dot, dot, dot. Maybe it's Zalimeen or they are the disbelievers. So I can't find the Quran ayat, but it's coming, mischief makers are they. And my translation was something like, if I remember a long time ago, something like those, something like this, but in the end, they are the mischief makers. And those are they, I don't know what it says here, anyways. What I can say is that I was getting signs that it's not right. I was getting signs from God or another, that another way that, you should, like from butterflies, from nature, that I should go to Mrs. Munira Gulzar. But I was waiting for more signs. And years went by and she even wasn't calling. So in the madness, I was becoming even more resentful. And the rancor in my heart was increasing to the point where I started to curse her, really, like, and abuse and all this. This is the thing. Anything else I'm missing? So I don't know. And also, maybe I haven't said this properly, that Yusuf Zaidi could have thought that, he is the son of Fatima Zahra and did the wrong thing, misguided me or even harmed me. So, and the voices of Fatima Zahra started to come, and she also started to curse Mrs. Munira Gulzar. On Thursday nights, this would happen, and then I started to pick up the Quran in madness. There was a time I would not even swear on the Quran, let alone touch it. I had told myself that even if there's a case on me, I will not swear, put my, like they show in the movies, that in court, in, Muslim countries, some of them, they have to, taking an oath, they have to put their hand on the Quran and say that मैं सच बोल रहा हूँ, सच के अलावा और कुछ नहीं बोल रहा हूँ. So even though I am innocent in the case, I would tell them I won't put my hand on the Quran. So I cannot take this oath. Maybe God knows what they'll have to do with me. But this is what I had thought. May God make me strong enough. So this and also like not to listen to someone, even if they say they are from Fatima Zahra. You see the misguidance came, the hurt, the pain, excruciating. I was thinking that, when you go and you pray for someone, that gracefully it can happen instead of like this terrible killing, worse than death energy. I mean, of course, all the time, like being at the edge. And, when they say it hurts when you die or something like this, when you're dying. No, it hurts while, for some people, when the breath is going, and when you're dying, it hurts a lot or something like this. So I was always in that. I felt like, my God, I'm so shocked. And Yusuf Zaidi's negligence, and I felt it was all like he wasn't answerable. He quickly then in a few years started to take off. And when I wanted to go and find his father to complain, and I wanted to see his mother, talk to his mother, what is this? And to find out about his family background. Are they true Muslim Sayyids or Shia Sayyids, or, what is this? Because I saw him wearing white shirt and black pants, which is of the Sipai Saiba color. Anyways, his mother had come on the MSN Messenger once, like she was saying, as you wish, and this and that. But my mother took out my fall divination and told me that you will even go to London to do the bar. And her fall would never be untrue. So, like telling them like that. And Yusuf Zaidi's mother was quite like, as you wish. Like, as if I'm stubborn and I want my wish to come true. So anyways, never to listen to one side and trust these Sayyids, Shia Sayyids in Pakistan, who come in the name of Fatima Zahra. Then he even sent me a message after going to London. He sent me a text message. I said, no, you need to be accountable here. You need to be here. And, my case, he's messed up. He's gone to London. What kind of a healer is he? And also saying that he's Fatima Zahra's son. He needs to be accountable for this. No, he didn't take money, but I also gave him free contract law, commercial law, contract law tuitions. I didn't charge him any money. So, but this is someone's life, someone's health. Either, let's do something, find out, open. My father had to call someone. Like should we complain, FIR, open a, police case, complain to the police. What shall we do? And I then thought that this was really bad. A psychiatrist needs to come, and you need to have Bibi Fatima, if you are saying you are Bibi Fatima Zahra's. And what organization, like here we have in Dubai an Awqaf, where the office of the Shias, Khoja Ishna Shari, I think, also is here. And so we can go there. So we can get, like later on I was thinking like, no, this is not right. We should get go to an Shia Awqaf and, say that he's healing me and this and that. Please don't take these things lightly and trust these Shias like that. And also, when you're doing majlises, if you have an Imam Barga, make sure that this person is a qualified Zakir from Qom or Najaf, like that. So please be very careful. Lives have been toyed with, and then he's gone. He was like complaining. He joined a newspaper company firm, and then he complained that he wasn't getting much pay, and then he went to London, leaving me in the lurch with this uncle of his name was Atiq, and they really messed up. And the uncle was saying like, go to this other Sunni man, and he and also like the other things that he's done, like bringing Sikandar Shah and Arbab Shah. That day it really hurt me when they came, and Sikandar Shah took my date of birth, and they never said anything about it to me. Right, later on, Yusuf Zaidi never said anything about it. Sikandar Shah, he said that these people have the ability, the knowledge to take any spirit or anything harming you here. So Yusuf Zaidi had brought him, and this is how they took me in their confidence. And Sikandar Shah said that, it's, for some it's mental illness, but I detect that for you it wasn't mental illness. It's definitely a spirit. Some spirit has gotten attached to you. So did you feel anything when so I said, yes, I felt a lot of pain and all this. Then again, the attacks were coming on me, and I was feeling excruciating pain while asleep, not awake. And I would get up in a shock. And this started when Sikandar Shah told me that he had removed this, and I said, who was the spirit? So he said that this, what do you call it, Muslim lady spirit was attached to you. That's why you were feeling all this chronic fatigue that I was feeling, and I couldn't work, and down and low and everything, energy, and get depressed very quickly. And so this he had brought in year 2000, he had done, and from there the pain in the body while being while sleeping started, and it carried on. It disturbed me sometimes. I'd go to sleep, after a minute get up, and this current, a lot of bad energy, currents going through me. And once I was like sitting and sleeping, I tried to sleep, and like my teeth were all tied together, like I felt they were going to kill me. And from the window, like someone is watching me in Karachi. So someone is chuckling, laughing, has a smirky smile on their face right now. A vision, it's like a vision. I can perceive it through my third eye. So they were attacking me, and scary feeling, like kept me in fear. 1, 2, 3, you count till 10, we are going to burn you. After I read about the distance mind control, like through the oven or some energy that you can even send heat at and the person can feel like the person's skin is burning, and all this heat in on my head, and it's like hot. It goes really, really hot, and even my skin, some areas, it started from tears. Like I felt this is, like how tears are dripping down your cheek from your eyes on your face. So that's why I don't say water dripping down. Tears on my feet, and someone had made a Ansu, Urdu name for tears is Ansu, on Yahoo group or some chat group or something, and website also, and much toll did you take, men and jinn, Surya naam aaya tha I think. So like that, Yusuf Zaidi, I don't know who, devils, not Fatima Zahra's, claiming to be Fatima Zahra's son. God knows, she really messed up. Fatima Zahra. Now we can see through the case I am showing you Fadak case and how Muhammad was a false prophet and they were after Fadak. So greedy, a zalim, cruel progeny of Prophet Muhammad. And so many things like that start to happen. So he thought like he's Fatima, Zahra's son, and he's being told, he knows how, he has that spiritual knowledge. Although he told me he lacked the knowledge to remove the spirit. That's why he brought Sikandar Shah, who was from Abdul Qadir Jilani, Muslim who believe in Abdul Qadir Jilani as a saint. Arbab Shah's older brother or eldest brother. So that was a long time ago, and so the pain also started, attacks started. I said, I'm going to Dubai, will I be attacked? Would she come? And so he said, no, only 3 times it can happen, but it kept happening. In Dubai also I came, he made me drink some water and, did he give me a black thread or something? For my protect? No, he just gave me some water to drink and he gave me some this herbal something for my health. So then it didn't work, and I don't know, but so I don't know. Yeah, so this fragile time. He told me so about back to that time, and he came to my house and he told me that Chanda was very Farah was fed up of this girl who used to call her younger girl a lot, and or some every time, every day or something like this. So she was like, the girl is bothering me and all that. I also thought that maybe principal have sent him to tell me indirectly, like, you're bothering us, don't come to our house, don't call us, like that also. So it was very like painful for me, very like they're sending me this. Okay, and yeah, so something like the lady in London did tell me, so I was like on jihad against this witches, evil powers against us. I was on a jihad mode in London. Also, I've tried everything. So the maddening attack. So anything else? Yeah. So more on this. I can be, even if he was sent by someone who wanted to help me, and found out that there was a witch, and we need help. But then he's messed it up. His Fatima Zahra has messed it up. His prayers backfired. The witch started to attack more and came telling me that the devil, the witch sends the spirits, started to tell me that she's Fatima Zahra. I was told no devil can come to say that, she's Fatima Zahra. But then later on I was told, no, this is not right. And anyways, even if they tried to with their prayers, he said, I prayed for you and all this. And there's another thing, like sometimes he would, in a friendly manner, call me like mad. So I say, what? Why are you calling me mad? So very, their intellect, they're very this thing in, you see, then they'll point out, like, I didn't mean to demean you or put you down. The reason why I called you mad is because scroll up, or, they would give certain reason, and very like sensible and wise and calm, collected, uh, very controlled kind of a thing, sensible way. It's like reminds me of the Shia way of reasoning, and they have very high intellectual reasoning. And so he could get himself off through this by explaining and all that. Very intellectual, calm person. Never loses his cool. Ooh, hardly. But something like from London, he would send a message, text message. I think your health is your health is decreasing and become worsening. Sorry, your health is worsening, and you should go and see a psychiatrist. So this time he was like this. So I think he may have tried his best but failed. However, there's a deeper thing now coming out, that Prophet Muhammad, I can see is a false prophet through the text that I've been, reading, the book, the Quran, the some of the sayings of Imam Jafar Sadiq, the Imams in Al-Kafi, and Allama Majlisi's book. So especially the Quran ayats and things like that, I saw a very deadly tyrant, terrible man, Muhammad. And so what the point of saying all this was, I have forgotten. So, there's a deeper, like I got when I came to Dubai, I started to get signs that I'm Srimati, and I did some research on who's Srimati. Then I found out Srimati is Radha Rani, Radha, and then later on more signs coming, and then it all made sense. I knew Sri Krishna and all this. So in this life, Sri Krishna is here, not here where I am, but now in this world. Yeah, and tall, dark, and handsome, and all this. So, what happened is that the Hindu side of mine, I don't agree with, because there's very little evidence. But, and so they're telling me that I said, I don't agree with you people, what you're telling me about Yusuf Zaidi's other cousin, that he pretended to molest. It was a setup by him for some reason that I'm not sure of, and they're not going to, they haven't told me, and neither will they tell me, because I won't believe them anyways. Or maybe later on they'll tell me through some other sign. But for now, this much is enough for me to think, contemplate on. You see, I would have, I didn't know there's some depth in this about principle. Like Yusuf Zaidi, they don't believe in reincarnation, Shias. They believe in Rajal, which I've read in. It's a lesser resurrection when Imam Mahdi will come. So how will the bodies, like they think the bodies will come out of the grave as the same face? It has to be a transmigration of the soul. But no, the Shias don't believe that. Shias believe that Imam Mahdi will resurrect like Jesus Christ did. One of the Lazarus, right? Resurrected him from the dead and the grave. So this is what Imam Mahdi will do. Another thing is that Yusuf Zaidi about reincarnation, they fail to look at this, and they fail to do justice to my relationship with Mrs. Munira Gulzar by taking the authoritative thing of saying, okay, I'm going to pray and for you, and discouraging me from going there because they don't know they didn't know who I was, neither did I know who I was. And then so they did an injustice. Although from Shahbaz Qalandar a dream came that if you don't believe in reincarnation, it is there, it will be a great loss for you people. Nuksan hoga. So I started to do research, and Yusuf Zaidi started to discourage me, sent me an ayat from the Quran. The ayat is that, about the kafir, that God, they say, when they look at the punishment, and they now are sure that this is Allah and the hereafter, judgment day or something. Excuse me, judgment day. They say, oh Allah, let us go back, we will do some good. Then God tells them, no, never, because you were given so many chances to do good and, search the truth and all this stuff. For example, I'm just explaining away the verse. Never, you were kafirs and this as cruel people. Let us go back into the world and do some good. So we were misguided, and so no excuse now. So this Yusuf Zaidi sent me in the email showing me that this verse, and he said he's going to send me a saying from some imam, that there's no reincarnation. But he sent me, he didn't send me that, but he sent me an ayat from the Quran, and I said, no, this is for the kafiruns. Look, like here they falter in reasoning properly. Like now that I've shown in some Quran ayats, they falter in seeing the proper translation and what is missing. So the Shias, when they, about certain things, they're very intellectual, they're very eloquent. Imam Ali has peak of eloquence. Very dignified, wise people. And this young man, he was 19 years old, Yusuf Zaidi, and he turned 21, I think, like that. So here I had to point it out to him that, look, it is these kafirun who have done a lot of zulm, or, not believed in God and been indulging in whatever the definition is of kafirun, indulging in worldly pleasures and missing out on the truth seeking and all this. And some of them like mocking believers, that you are stupid fools, blindly following something. You have no evidence, such stupidity we don't follow. You are following superstitions, things like that. Arrogant people, ignorant, but don't know, do not accept that they are ignorant. So like that, and I will miss the point, is that I had to show him that this is for the kafirun. There are other ayats in the Quran which say that God has given two lives. And like iron, you may be, so Rajal is there, resurrection is there. And then Kashif al-Ghita, the Shia ulama's book, a religious scholar of high caliber, explains Rajal, resurrection, the lesser resurrection, when Imam Mahdi will come. But he says, no, it is impossible. And then about transmigration, reincarnation, he says it's impossible for a soul to have another body and be born, come here in the body again, transmigrate like that. It's impossible, but not for the Rajal, like the bodies from the graves will rise when Imam Mahdi comes. So for that it's not impossible, because in the Quran, Surah Baqarah, he also talks about a war that took place and some Bani Israel, the children of Israel, they ran away, or against them, some of them, the opponents ran away, and they were then brought back to life. That was resurrection, right? Like Jesus' resurrection. So this, he says, is possible. Nothing is impossible for God. Can anything be impossible for God? But then, on the other hand, he says, the reason because the law of God is against transmigration of the soul, meaning reincarnation. However, nothing is impossible for God. Is there anything, like they ask questions like this, is there anything impossible for God? Nothing is impossible for God. So, but then this is impossible, this is not possible for the soul to transmigrate, but that is not because it's not impossible for God to do this. So the logic was not making sense to me. His reasoning didn't make sense to me. That if nothing is impossible for God, why can't God make it possible for the soul even to transmigrate and have another life here? However, there are verses in the Quran, but the Shias, 12 Shias, explain it away that even if you were iron, we would. So they say this is not a reincarnation. Even if I'm just searching this verse. Okay, I found this one. It's not like even if you were iron, but any hard substance you can imagine, or there is here. Surah Qiyamah, verse 3. Does man think that we will not assemble his bones? Verse 4 now reading. Yes, we are able even to proportion his fingertips. But man desires to continue in sin. He asks, when is the day of resurrection? So, this ayat only I could find. I'm now very tired. So, I'll take a break now. My throat is also very dry, hurting, kind of. So this is about resurrection. The bones can be reassembled or assembled, and the fingertips can be proportioned back. But the Quran doesn't talk about the soul being transmigrated, you see. So even the Shias don't believe in this. I'm told some sects do believe in reincarnation, subsects of Shias, right? But 12er Shias don't believe in reincarnation. Okay, I will talk about this in length in another video. Let's see how long I can. I have to take a break and then I will come back later. Thank you very much.